So guys, we're just going to go over some sample messages that I use when I make contact with suppliers on Alibaba. There's two main emails you're going to need. They are the introduction email that you'll first use when you speak to the supplier, and a sample email, which is when you're going to be asking for some initial samples. So you can download them below this video. You'll see the link to each one. So just to go over each one, the introduction email, basically this is where you're going to first introduce yourself and tell the supplier what kind of product you're into or that you're interested in. So tell them to start with that you currently run a business selling whatever products you're selling. So that makes them instantly think you are a proper serious client, so they'll treat you with respect off the bat. Then tell them you're interested in viewing one of their products. Send them maybe a link to the product that you're interested in on Amazon, so they can send you similar products like that. See that you can compete. It's good in the email as well to say that include any other similar products they have, because sometimes they'll have different quality products. They might have one that you didn't think of, something with a better twist than any of them on Amazon, for example. So that way they'll send you all of those back. Then ask them to include the prices, minimum order quantities, packaging options. To start with, if you're getting a sample, they're probably not going to give you many packaging options. So just bear that in mind. But in the future, when your things start selling, you might want a box, you might want it in plastic, you might want to, make it look pretty. So that's good. Then just thank them and sign it off. So that's your introduction email. That'll give the supplier a serious vibe about you. They think you're already running a business, blah, blah, blah. So you're serious and you know what you're on about. So send them that. Then when they respond, they'll normally send you a brochure of their products. They'll send you the minimum order quantities, packaging options. So when you get that back, ideally you're going to want to ask for a sample of them. I mean, again, this shows you're serious. No one's going to order 1,000 products from someone they don't know or haven't even seen the product yet. So they'll understand that. And if they don't, it could be a bit of a red warning sign. So you say their minimum order quantities are fine, as long as they are. I mean, their minimum order quantities might be like 500 units, and you might think, wow, I can't afford that at the moment. But that's fine. Get the sample. If they sell, you'll probably be in a better position to make that decision on whether you could get 500 units or not. And oftentimes they will come down if you give the impression that the next order you'll be ordering 500 to 1,000, which will probably be the case. So then you just tell them, I'm looking to get a sample of your products as I need to see the quality you can produce. So sometimes suppliers will say, okay, you can have one. So in this email we say, please could you quote me for a sample order of 10 units with my branding if possible, so that I can see that each unit is identical and meets the quality that I'm looking for. So that gives you then 10, 20 units you could ask for, and you do that under the guise of making sure each unit's identical, and that does help you out as well. Oftentimes you might just want to get one unit from each supplier to start with. Then you can go back to them and send this email and say, once you've found your best supplier, then you say, right, okay, can I order 10 or 20 units now, just to make sure that each one's identical. Like, because if each one you get has got a different thing wrong with it or looks different, that's not what I'm looking for. So then you can get an order of 10, 20 units from that supplier, get them to your door, send them into Amazon and see if they sell. Now, of course, if you've got a bigger budget, then get 100 units, get 200 units. But to start with, just get the sample, pick the best supplier, and then get 100 units if you can afford that. 200 units, that's fine as well. Get them to your door, and then we'll send them into Amazon. So just a quick last mention on invoices. When you do actually make an order with the supplier, they'll send you an invoice. You can either pay through Alibaba, or I recommend paying through PayPal. Either of those two are fine. Don't go making a direct bank transfer, because you're not covered that way, which will be a big no-no. Normally they'll be fine with you paying through Alibaba, paying through PayPal or something like that. That way you're covered if something goes wrong or if they make an error. Once you're doing the order as well and the invoices, make sure they're including all the costs there. Make sure you look into the postage and packaging costs, because they can bite you in the ass sometimes if you don't look into them properly. Especially with boat fees, if you're getting it transferred by boat, you just got to make sure that everything's included to your door there. And yeah, just make sure you look over everything carefully and make sure you're protected when you pay. That's the main thing.